All right, here we go again. Buckle up, rough roads ahead. So somebody put that on that order number, and it's an LDS related thing. They've been trying to stir that up. They're probably celebrating that they won because I haven't posted anything on the Book of Mormon in the last, couple hours. That weirdos. And then what they'll say is they'll say that I'm dissing them, right? Because I'm posting. The weirdos, man. Evangelicals definitely take the money. I don't have like all the particulars, but I think I wear regular clothes to the thing. How you doing? Whew, 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 whew. Going uphill. Thanks, Larry. Sorry. No, you're not sorry. You don't need to say that. Jeez. See, now they're willing. So what they did is they said they're sorry to gain the connection. Now they're trying to put other things through me. Right. I'll just keep them away. So they'll try to say, that's her over there. Like lunatics, man. Every last one of them's a lunatic piece of shit. They really are. Right? In absolute denial of what they're doing and what the effects are of what they do. Only because they have a group of people that they really don't do it to. They say, oh, they did fine. Right? Scam from one end to the other. Wow, my smell came back on. I had some, but not like this. Like I think I got dog bloodhound scent now. So I guess Trump's starting to decrease the friction. Agreed. I'm going too far right now. Stretching the legs. Yeah, that lunatic. I mean, it was obvious in the government, but I was asleep. I didn't know what was going on. The lunatics rule. I mean, they're just insane. I mean, it's all like propaganda. Like everything's going okay, and it actually helps us, but it doesn't. Not at all. Right. Even if everybody would have more money without them. Even people that have money. Right. So it is what it is. Right. Sorry. I'm trying to stop the caffeine because I stopped the muscle relaxers. Right. Mm. Actually. So over the weekend, I was looking for these pouches, and I kept seeing the water bottle holders. I'm like, I don't need them. I'm looking for the pouches, but I need a water bottle holder. Right. I'll put it on this belt, I guess. I'm hoping I get well enough so I have a good use of it. Where I increase my walking. It feels like the allergens have decreased, but I don't think they have. They actually increased, I think. But it did change. I think I think the what is it? The juniper and the cedar went into the background. Well, I'm just starting to release my body. It's just, like I don't think my pain management guy knows that I've actually gained a little bit of weight. Right. But we'll still do this procedure and see where that goes. Not much at all. I was walking a little bit before I turned the recording on. I'm definitely walking on less flat ground now, so might be a little. And there is pollen. Now these people of not killing people. Again, that's a big issue. Can't control themselves. Could never control themselves. If I could have got out of here last spring, or last fall, when my lease was up, I probably would have survived much better. Right? Who knows what they used? No, I couldn't get out of here. I was kind of falling down a little bit in early fall. Didn't have the energy for much. Right. It's when they picked up all that crap around me. Well, I want to know what I was supposed to wear, and it was kind of like just wear your church clothes, and then there should be something for you to change into. Like I said, if I don't turn down like like when they bless the Israeli dead, like why are you gonna get mad at that, right? Like they want to baptize me, okay, let's do it. Nice, Larry. Missionaries look like they're busy. Right. That's what I call. How you doing?
Good, how are you?
All right. Weather's getting nice, isn't it?
Today is finally.
Yeah. I think the allergens changed too. The cedar went in the background. Cedar and juniper make you funky.
Yeah, yeah. How's it
Me too. She's been out walking her dog. Right. She walked the dog with the kid earlier. I think it's her. Right. Whew. Yeah. The warmth is part of the walk. I'll tell you that. Wish I had somebody with me to help push me. I guess I got to talk to that woman. She did. I don't know if she had an interest, but she sounded like she wanted to get to talk about what I talk about and all that. So just got to find the energy. Right. Again, you're willing against that stuff. Yeah, 5 years ago, I should have been into this kind of treatment and could have possibly got there. No, I just remembered I was going to go. I wasn't going to Oklahoma. I don't think I was going to Oklahoma to move in. I was going to Oklahoma to just go to the hotel and think about what I'm going to do. Right. That's where I went wrong. I almost went to Wichita, but again, Wichita's got the worst allergies in the country. Right. But right now, I'm not suffering too bad. The medicine's working. It could be just that sometimes when, like I said, I didn't take my medicine early enough. It takes a while for the medicine to start working again. Right. Because you're supposed to take it like a month before the allergies start. And then it doesn't get bad at all. But if you miss it, then that could be an issue. Right. Most of the people got God complexes. Right. Gosh. Yeah, I have a calendar that I'm supposed to put my appointments on. I mean, if they do it a few years, okay, they're harassing me, they get their jollies off, and then I get on with life at a certain point, but they never stop. And they also harass my family and operated my family. All right. Thank you, Larry. I got to start working on my retirement or my disability nexus. Right. I think what I'm going to do is to start dictating it. Try my best bet. Well, some came in earlier, and I don't know if it's real. Right. I just know it was there. So it's saying that, and I know some immigrants were hired by the deep state, and they give them stuff like their citizenship and start them up in life, giving them money, the inn and all that. Right. But, well, they're saying part of why this, because like I forgive people, but the system doesn't. You know what I mean? Right. So, I'm still protecting, but the reason why the protection won't work is because they were part of the deep state. Like, people from India will work for the deep state. I mean, they're upwardly mobile, and I'm not saying it's that particular student or anything like that, but and they might have, right? And what is she part of? What has she done? One of the things, and I know it sounds sexist, but it can go either way. Because women do marry men from other countries, and men marry women, but they said that system kind of went by the wayside. Like, they used to get a lot of weight here because the American men that, like myself, that couldn't find a woman because deep state or something was killing me out. They had an interest in marrying, or at least settling down with an American, because then they get to be here. Correct. 100% Well, apparently that system doesn't work as well now, and they may have lost clout in that system. So a lot of things are playing out. Again, I mean, obviously there are women that marry men just for money. I mean, that's obvious. And if a woman marries a man for a citizenship but stays with the man, it's not, right, not beyond what normally happens in relationships. Benefiting both. 100%. Now is a good guy to be married to. Believe you me. Right. Well, what I'm saying is, like to get here, there was a system. And the system powered over the years based upon certain factors. They weren't deep state. They married, if that man, they marry that man. Right. So they're seen as a wild card against the deep state and other such things. God bless you, Larry. God bless you, sir. Right. So I think, right, because like I said, they try to say I don't, but I already forgave the immigrants pretty much. But again, the whole thing is, you can't just let it run amok. You have to fix it. Right. So when the immigration system is broken, we need to do some things. Right. Thanks, Larry. So, well, I'm telling Trump to do something, and I'm thinking, kind of this morning the thought came in, well, why can't Trump stop? Why won't they stop? Well, because the system's telling them to take them out. They have pretty much system minds, whatever system they're in, and it may not be related to just, you're an illegal immigrant. So they right. Well, again, I'm a big U.S. boss, but they won't. I can't get anything. But there's people from foreign countries that are part of killing me. Right. And some of these people are here, women and others that I played the game. It was strange. I think they tried to lure me or bait me with some Indian woman, and I was walking on. I used to heal Edison, New Jersey. I wish I never left that area. I just kind of thought I was getting to a better the American American spiritual community, of Hinduism, Buddha, and all that. So maybe I could, but it was probably wrong. And I don't know if she was really baiting me, or maybe she was, hey, I'll marry this guy, I'll be a citizen. I don't know. I was 40, but I looked probably 30 in my 30s, early 30s, right? Thank you, Larry. And she looked like she was trying to get my attention, but she could have been there from the Marshal Service to make trouble, right? Well, it was close to me. I don't even think I was retired at that point. Right, I was just going around healing everybody at that point. Again, I was really focused. I mean, I wasn't messing around. I mean, I was living a better life, and I deserved it after what they did to me. Right. Agreed, Larry. And a better life meaning is just, a little bit of leisure. I didn't have any leisure. I mean, it just destroyed all inroads. And right, like I said, I was investigating them, but I just couldn't find anybody. And it was probably part of their operation to make me not trust anybody in the Justice Department. I was close to taking it to the Inspector General, but I couldn't get to it. We agree. Now they had no right to do what they're doing, especially to an active government person. And some of them worked with me. You're not allowed to do that to your coworkers, correct? Agree, Larry. I mean, all I was doing here is driving around, healing places, and trying to get the ark built. Right, 100%. They exist. Believe me, 100% they exist. Nah, they're not testing me. That's bullshit. Again, they were probably there for years, and I only finally saw them. Right. They drive around me, and they were cursing me when I was going to church. So eventually, it worked. I couldn't get to church, or I even got sick. Sorry. Thanks, buddy. No, just let me be, man. Find a woman, settle down, have a life, go to church. But see, in all those things, it's not their fabrication. It doesn't support the fabrication. So they don't want to let it happen. Right. She needs to get out of the world. Right. She needs to be forced to let people be. I'll tell you that. Again, there is a she in there, but there are other people also. Thanks, man. Now you need to force her. You need to force these people to move on in life. Right. Should have been done a long time ago. I agree. I mean, even the government people. If they're government people, other government people can force them to move on. Right. We agree, Larry. Now they're stalking. They made merchandise of me, and they made merchandise of other people. I don't even who knows how much they got paid for doing John. Made merchandise of them. We agree. Just a son of a bitch. That's Now they should have been forced out of my life. There's no right to do what they did. There's responsibility and obligation. It's violation of law what they did. There's an obligation to stay away from it. Yeah, I never should have went to Santa Fe. That really tanked my. Even Naples, the communities were too small, right? Should have stayed like in the Delaware Valley. I'd probably have been okay. Right, even though they were launching attacks everywhere. Right. There's something saying that they spent government money they were supposed to spend on other projects, and they just they did it and said it was related to another project, but it wasn't. Right. I mean, the whole thing's corrupt from one end to the other. Agreed. Yeah, every day they're thinking, no doctor, no, right, no massage, no this. Have to go over. It's just crazy that I have to sit through another fitting. I should just be able to go over there and just purchase this other one. This is crazy, man. Now, if I drank coffee, I'd be zipping around all over the place, but I can't. I can't. I don't want to drink it. I want to keep my BP down. She needs to get out of here. That's from something else, not me. Something's ruling that. Something's ruling that she needs to get out of here, whoever she is. I mean, it's serious what they did. They just play it all down and say it's his fault and all that garbage. See how you can't find that? That's him. There is nothing to stop over here. There's nothing I have to stop. You have to get away from me. You have to stop playing your game out. Now they just destroyed this camera, or tried to. They're all mad. Won't turn off my security system for. That's a scam. So you completely turn it off, and then they get paid for getting you to turn your security system off. They don't have to directly break in and all that, right? And then anybody can walk in, right? And they pay some drug dealer and make it out to be some drug crime, right? Well, Trump may not. Some of these people may not be able to see to help them. The immigrants, because the system's saying they have to be punished. I mean, system's kind of whack, but right. I mean, right's right still, but right. I mean, in the end, obviously, I don't know how it's all going to end, but it's going to get shut down, which is kind of wasting time moving through it. Then, well, it works for some level of deterrence. Where the hell did that go? Thanks, Larry. It's great stuff, Larry. Thank you. Well, there's nothing wrong with a foreigner marrying an American. It's just part of assimilation. Multinational families are quite common, actually. And part of it is because if you get cursed off in your own community, you could still get betrothed because the foreigner system is a different system. Well, I had forgotten that they deep stated me, really. I mean, I said it before, but it wasn't like in my mind. And then it said something about it. When it came through, I wasn't thinking, oh, they deep stated me. It kind of came up later. Right. Well, the government agents would give them resident status or green card or whatever it is, maybe even citizenship, if they would do the deep state stuff. And some have money, not poor people. Right. I mean, you're not going after the uber wealthy, although some of these college students are probably, parents might have some money. Right. It may not even be them, just could be the people in their system. Well, like me, I can sing the system, but I got to be up to do that. Right. So you killed your own money when you killed me. Thank you, Larry. Now, I slept kind of screwed up last night. Right. Well, I did. And I didn't even take a shower and all. I just, they or will up a bad night, Right. Stay focused, Larry. Nah, I guess Satan would have thought I would have dissed the LES and said, "No way, you didn't let me in when I was younger." Satan read it wrong. I'm sorry. Well, I ordered some small LES trinkets to give to the people that help with the baptism. I already gave the missionaries a couple things. So when I got sick this time, the Mossad tried to mess with my head. I shut it down. Can't even read their stupid articles. Right. Thank you, Larry. Yeah, it was trying to psyop me. Man, got my stuff somehow. Probably here. It's just hidden. Satan's hiding it. Most of these people are actually rewarded for keeping the world unsafe, not keeping it safe. Right. They make sure peace doesn't come. They make sure safe communities don't appear. Right. Oh, it's not a regret. I mean, obviously, if they weren't cursing me real time as me, I was seen to do different things in my life. But again, if I was there, maybe something would have happened. They would have been more uh, more focused, and then thanks, Larry. You only make the choices that you make. Correct, Larry. Well, I definitely didn't make the choice to be the deep state, so did something right. There's something. Satan's trying to set me up for failure. I got to get something here. Maybe that's what they're trying to do. I don't know. Now they isolate me. There's no doubt. Okay. No, I'm getting some questions about what kind of things do they do, say, against Elon Musk. Well, part of it's metaphysical. So whatever's going wrong, they go, it's Elon's fault. It's Elon's fault. They just keep projecting that with their mind. They know they get into people's heads. Sorry. You can heal that if you want. So when Elon's in the news like that, it's a lot easier to do that. Right. And if they don't see results, then they go in another direction. Great. Just trying to destroy the United States. Do you think Russia stopped? Russia's out there trying to make as much shit here as they can. That's why I told Donald Trump in like 2017 to try to help Putin or try to meet Putin. Don't listen to them. We got to get this thing done for for. You got to get to Maduro and you got to get Putin. You got to talk to both of them, or somebody's got it, right? Larry, I agree, Larry. I mean, there's nothing wrong with coming to the United States for a meeting, right? Nothing wrong with it. Or us want to. I mean, it's just Gorbachev, you know. Right. I mean, you got the stupid shit in your heads, right? I mean, you do the right thing. Like, what you messed up with Kim is you didn't give him anything. You had to give him something. So he can go home to his people and be a hero. I mean, every leader wants that. So he saw it, and you know, I saw it too. You were trying to cuck him, right? Be our bitch, right? And he just ain't that. You know, you saw the United States all big. He sees it as a shrimp, right? A little shrimp. So again, you know, y'all made a lot of mistakes, 100%. But you spent a lot of money and energy trying to kill innocent people like me. So there's a lot of questions. A lot of questions. God bless Larry. God bless you. No, you just had to give him some concession. Whatever. I don't know what it would have been. I didn't look at the list of concessions. Thanks, Larry. Then he'd have been our friend. Right, we'd have been his friend. Right. Well, everybody does it. I mean, Putin does it. China does it. They give him something when he visits. Right. That's why he likes them. Well, because that's what you're supposed to do. And I remember another nation visits. Correct. Try to make him look good in front of his people, then he'll make you look good in front of your people. Try to make him look bad in front, he'll blow up your meeting building. Or whatever, warehouse, whatever it was. Wait, they're cursing me. The harder I look for this stuff that I can't find, the more they curse me. I'm sure it's here. I can't see it because they're coming. Thanks, Larry. That's all you gotta do. Just give Kim something. Or you give it to him, you know, you give him like piecemeal. And then he sees goodwill and he says, okay, we'll have further discussions. He goes back to his people and they announce that, you know, Leader Kim has thanked the Americans. And now they're, you know, we have this and we have that coming in for our nation. Right. Thank you, Larry. Oh, you could even, I guarantee you could, he would allow, if you did it right, you could actually take international food aid in there and distribute it equally, you know, amongst the people. But again, it takes time to get to that. Right. Because I guess the whole argument is, well, we don't want to give him anything because he's not going to give his people something. Well, you're not going to get to the point where you give his people something until you respect who he is. Well, it works in North Korea. I don't, you know, I mean, Leader Kim pretty much owns it, you know? I just don't know what, and they're just, again, I can still, I haven't looked at it recently, but I have asked for North Korea as being just like, they can't see it. It's called asleep. So Leader Kim is seriously asleep. So again, I don't know what's putting him asleep.
is going to pay for all that stuff happening in North Korea when in the afterlife. Right. No, I've already transmitted to Leader Kim and his sister. I don't know if they have ever heard, psychically from me, but I've told them you just what I'm saying because you lived your life and you can't see it. But if we were to, if nations were to meet, we would understand each other a little better at this point because the Lord gave me insight. And I said to them, not saying anybody's doing it and anybody's not doing it, but they're not supposed to do that. They're supposed to whoop up Christians and right. Just not supposed to do it. Because if they live a peaceful life to overthrow him, then he's not trying to that happen. And CIA messing his head up. Right. Right. If Leader Kim didn't have money, he'd be like me, right? Right. So you see, Leader Kim feels, and we should have tried to alleviate that. And part of that is respecting who he is and giving him something. Okay, sorry. Just move your spirits away for now. No, I've had like inside thought with those people. Right. Well, I wish that they would have gulags and all that stuff, and I wouldn't do the things they do, but they're never going to get there. Again, it's above my pay grade. I can't manipulate that from where I am on this planet. Right. I try to get Trump to do something right. Right. And I did stand by, say just wait, you'll get something. But again, if you study Korean culture, I mean, it's even inbred in Korean culture. Well, you're supposed to give him something. It's disrespectful not to give him something. I agree. And they go, well, if we give him something, he's going to take advantage of it. What do you mean? Not blow up the building? Jesus. So again, you're in all of you. Right. You can always later suspend what you gave him if it doesn't go the direction that we all want it to go, and hopefully he sees that it needs to go in a certain direction that we believe. Again, that's what negotiation is. Right. Well, seriously, a big part of this is that North Korea is threatened by U.S. aggression, spy aggression. 100%. And of course, we do military, shows of power and all that, and that's kind of everybody does that on the planet. But again, there's a lot of spy operation that makes them feel uneasy. Right. Thank you, Larry. And a lot of them, they get mad at, Leader Kim, and then, they can't, the spies are no good to operate in that theater because it's kind of out of a personal pettiness, right? Versus out of what's good. Well, the more paranoid you make Leader Kim, the more likely he's going to put people in prison and do that kind of stuff because it's human nature. Agreed, Larry. Thank you, sir. All right, I got to find out what time this appointment is. I just can't believe I have to do a fit. I hope they don't think I'm like a rat bastard for doing this, but I gotta get out of here a little bit. Go fill my vehicle up with gas. Right. No, it's sad that you all just didn't let my life happen anywhere. Again, God doesn't want you all to perish. Well, you shouldn't be attacking his man. Let be anybody else.
I agree.
No, that's who I was known as. Like, I was asleep. Like, they call me God's man. I didn't know stuff was going on in the mind. Now they're trying to tell me that the missionaries are just. I mean, no, they're not. For all I know, you're holding my. Can't see it, right? But they're busy. They got new recruits. They recruited me. I signed on the dotted line. I guess. No, the LDS is a community of salespeople peddling the scripture. Actually, not like the Hare Krishna though, right? They give you the stuff for free. They give you the LDS will give you the scripture for free, right? Now I love Bible studies. I love church. I love to be married and love Sundays but they killed everything, man. Couldn't get back there. Every time I tried, killed it again. I mean, there's again, I didn't know as much as I do now back, in like 2007, 2010, 2015. No, they shut me down. I couldn't think to get back to massage therapy. I mean, when it settled down a little bit in Colorado at a certain point. I don't know if somebody said enough's enough or what, but the popo there towards the end was probably not as aggressive, and I did get to massage at that point. You weren't to do what you did to me. Not a single one of you. You're supposed to give me my way. That's what disability retirement is. Right. Nah, there's nothing going on. They're full of it. Just keep cursing me and stalking me. That's why that stuff happens. Right. Again, their efforts were an attempt to disable and kill me. And that's it. I mean, there's no reason to have done it. Right. No, they're not trying to elicit a confession. They're lying. Yeah, I can't file when I was before. It's pretty bad, actually. I can't. cracking themselves up. You got to hire. I don't understand what's going on. You got to hire the traffic controllers.